All right, so today what we're actually going to learn about is how to walk into a space without hitting a piano keyboard. No, really, actually, there's a change in a lower octave and then the upper octave has a different finger pattern. Okay, so that's the main idea of what we're going to learn. So what we're going to start out with today is just building a scale, and we're going to use your C string. So this lesson goes for all of our instruments starting out on their lowest string. So for the cellos and the violas, it starts on the C string. So we're just going to play a C scale. You can want to play it with me?
Sure.
Okay? And if you want, you can look at this pattern here. It's up on the board. I'll try not to block it. But it's just a basic C scale. All right? So let's start on our open Cs. Ready, and go now. Perfect, very good. So you just demonstrated this pattern. We started on our open string, that was the first note, and then you did a whole step and you put your finger right here so you can see that that's the whole step. And another whole step, did you feel that?
Yeah.
1 to 3 is a whole step, and then here was your half step to your fourth finger. That's kind of cool. So you open 1 and then 3 and 4 is actually third finger and fourth finger. It just happens to be that way for the cello. So open 1, 3, 4. Now a whole step from your fourth finger is what?
Open G.
Open G. Yep. So open, then a whole step what? 1.
And then 3, and then 4.
3, 4. That's right. So your basic finger pattern that you would write when we do the paper for knowing what the finger pattern is. Actually, I want to write that down right here because here's where we get to see the cool change. Write it down first, and if maybe you already have this in your notability thing.
I think I did.
Okay, well you can check your work. So this will be open 1, 3, 4, and that's where your half step is. Okay, and then open 1, 3, half step 4, and that's where that half step is. Okay, now your half steps are always going to match. This is one clue that you can use. You can use your key signature as your clue, but the half steps is the big thing. Now here's where it's going to be really cool. So when you come over here to 8, 8 becomes 1. All right, so this note right here, when we get to that fourth finger on the G string, that's going to be the first note of our top octave. Okay, so we're just going to play the high octave of the C scale. So I'm going to erase this because we're trying to prove that the pattern changes. Open 1, 3, 4, open 1, 3, 4. That's our bottom octave. Now this becomes 4, so our finger is fourth finger. All right? So now you're going to think, what's your half step? Let's think it through first. Your whole step. What's your whole step after 4 on the G string?
Open D. Hold 0.
Yep, open D. So 4, open, so that's D string, okay? And then what's a whole step?
1.
1. Did it stop? Nope, it didn't stop. Sorry for that interruption. Okay. 4, 1. Half step?
Would you do 3 again, or would it turn into 2?
It would turn into 2.
That's
That's what
what
it is. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So it's 2. So there's your half step. And that's why the pattern changed, because before we were using our third finger, and now we got to use 2. Yay, did it, okay? So 4, open, 1, 2. Now what's a whole step if you've got your second finger? Remember we did those pictures? What would you do to do a whole step from 2?
3.
That would only be a half step.
Half 4.
4, very good, good thinking. Okay, 4, and then a whole step, we know that.
Open.
Open,
Then 1.
1.
And then a half step, so 2.
Yes, you got it. Nice job. Okay, and that's how it changes. Okay, so now let's play this upper thing, this upper octave, and we'll prove it to ourselves. It's going to sound really good because it'll sound just like a major scale, because it is. It's following the major scale pattern. So we start with fourth finger on the G string. Oh, I was singing in the wrong key. My bad. Ready? Here we go. 4. good, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, and so knowing your note names, this last note here is gonna be your C. Is it a C sharp or a C natural?
C natural,
C natural, good. What was this one?
F natural.
F natural, yep. So do you see how that key signature works now and why we had to put those reminder naturals in? All right, good. So let's do the whole entire thing. So we're gonna start at the bottom on our open C, and I'll just say like which kind of a whole step or half step is coming, and we'll keep that finger pattern in mind. I mean the major scale pattern in mind. Ready? Here we go. Open, go. Whole step, whole step. Good, a half step. Whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Okay, let's pause right here. I gotta reorganize my brain. All right, ready? Now we're on this. This is a C, right? Okay, ready? We're gonna do the second octave of the C scale. Ready, go. Whole step, whole step, half step. Good. Whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. Good. Now, I want you to take a look. When you have your half steps for the cello, they really are equal. Do you know like equidistant in math? Okay, so there's equal distance between each of those fingers. So when you play a half step, you don't have to stretch.
Yeah.
Just, it's going to be right smack in the middle. So let's try that. Okay, your first finger, which is really in tune. Now two. It's a little too high. It's really reaching. That's okay. There you go. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, very, very nice. Okay. Now, there's one other thing you can do. When you play your playing test, you can do it with the pause at the top of your first octave. So, and then start here. And that would be how you could do your playing test. You're demonstrating both octaves and the finger patterns changed. If you want to take one more step with your thinking and your hearing and your ear training, you can just like change this 8 into a 1 while you're playing it in your mind. So it'd be like this. 1, 2, 3, half step, 4, 5, 6, 7, half step, 8. This is equal to 1, 2, 3, half step, 4, 5, 6, 7, half step, 8. So it has a little bit different of a sound to it when you kind of just seamlessly go through. You want to try it?
Sure.
This is just playing every note in a row, okay? Here we go. Open C, ready, play. Half step. 6, 7, half step, 8 equals 1, 2, 3, half step, 5, 6, 7, half step, 8. Do your 8, you can do it, 8. There you go, nice job. Okay, very, very good. Okay, that's fantastic.